Good morning, everybody. It's Irene with BrainStormAcres. And today is a Monday here. And boy, does it feel like a Monday. Definitely in need of more caffeine. I have a few odd bits and pieces of things to take care of in the greenhouse today. I just spotted a bug, and I will definitely share this bug with you because he is way cool. I haven't seen one of these in here before. I have seen them in the garden. I actually rescued one of these, a different variety, from my house the other day with great trepidation because I was afraid I would break it. Anyway, quick tour first, bug second, and then my actual project in here third. So this is our jungle. These boxes here, if you haven't been following us, these boxes here are wicking totes. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them here. Basically, they're large self-watering planters. There's about that much dirt on top, and underneath is separated with a piece of landscape fabric. And then, in most cases, we have perlite in them. There is one old one here, this gray one, that actually has gravel in it because we didn't have any perlite. The problem with using gravel, although it works perfectly fine, is that it weighs a ton. So I try never to move that. And if I do, I have to shuffle it really carefully because it's an older container too, so it's suffering from UV damage. So these are cucumbers. These are hothouse cucumbers, actually a type of Japanese cucumber, full of cucumbers. There's one lonely cabbage down at the bottom. Just sort of a random plant out. I had to put it someplace and I put it there and it's doing fine. So let me get you in closer. We also have a hydroponic tank over here, deep water culture hydroponic tank. Henry's done at least one, if not more, videos on how we built that and everything else. The lettuce is starting to wilt a tiny bit this morning. I need to cover it. We're finding that it's not liking some of the sun it's getting in here. So it needs a little bit more shade. And down here we have hydroponic tomatoes, and down at the other end here, you'll see later, we have more wicking totes, which is again the soil with Pak Choy, peppers, and lettuce. So let's take a little tour. Okay, here we go. Cucumbers. As you can see, we have like a million cucumbers. Every one of these nodes has a cucumber on it. And to let you know what these cucumbers look like when they get older, they grow like this. It kind of tends to go in phases between these two buckets as to who's producing at any given moment, which is a good thing because if they were both producing at the same time, I'm not exactly sure what I would do. This is actually a small cucumber. It will, and you can, as you can see by my hand, and I have large hands for a female, that is about 8 inches right there. So this should get about another 3-4 inches long before I harvest it. These are a lovely cucumber. They're Tasty Jade by Johnny Select Seeds. And the reason we like them so much is they can get absolutely huge and they will still have a tender skin and they are not seedy. You cannot grow from seed. I mean, you cannot grow from their own seed. You have to buy seed for them. They're a special variety. And we love them. They're just awesome. Even we've grown them in the garden before. This is actually the first time we've grown them in the greenhouse. And the nice thing in here is it's easy to see them. In the garden, sometimes it's not always easy to see, but the nice thing is because they can be huge and still be tasty and not tough and not seedy, they make an excellent choice for either location, but they're not for seed savers. Here's a little container of lettuce. We have Salanova down along the front here, and I don't remember what this guy is. Different kind. But at any rate, we are very happy with them. They have been recently planted in here and have more than doubled in size. I've harvested off them previously multiple times. This bucket did spend some time in our outside yard associated with the greenhouse earlier this year, and we had trouble with a squirrel, which is why there's some dead stuff over in here. They just kept eating it down. and we gave up and brought it in here and put some other stuff in it. This is an experiment here. These are some of our pepper plants that just didn't get planted and grown in time to go into the regular garden particularly well, so we decided to try them in here and see what happens. I have Antohi, which is an Eastern European frying pepper, and I also have California Wonder. I expect this to get very gigantic and out of control later. That's fine, I don't care. We have some nice flowering going on in here, and they've just started flowering, so we'll see if I have any issues with them setting fruit or not. If I do, I'll pollinate them. This is Pak Choy. I had started these seedlings and I had planned to set them out in a new section of garden. Well, I haven't had time to finish the new section of garden, so I decided I would just plop them here because there was no way I could keep them as seedlings anymore. They have this particular variety. It is from Johnny Select Seeds. The reason we chose it is it's extremely heat tolerant and cold tolerant. What I mean by that is some Pak Choy, if you get temperature swings, will bolt. We didn't want that because we have very little control over our temperatures here, relatively speaking. So it could be 120 in here during the day, but it could be 60 or 40 in here at night. So we needed something that wasn't going to instantly go to seed when we had a temperature swing. These are some of our hydroponic tomatoes. This is a Dutch bucket system. And we have a whole stack of videos out about how we built this system. This is all hand built. We did not buy any fancy equipment. The fanciest equipment is the water pump, which is actually an inexpensive water pump. I think we got it at Harbor Freight and we use a regular old bubbler. As you can see, we are definitely getting production. Every place where there's an empty spot on those trusses has already been picked and eaten. So these plants are full of tomatoes. We have, let's see, this one is Gardener's Delight. This one is Pisano, and that one is Big Beef. Most of the other ones are all Pisano. I think all of them are, actually. We've had our challenges this year. You can actually hear this running right now. You can see the water down in there. So we're going to tilt this up. There we go. That means it's currently has a water cycle that's pumping nutrition and water to the tomatoes. And this barrel here contains spare water, so when the tomatoes drink a lot of water during the day, it still has water to pull from. Over here we have our deep water culture. This is Pak Choy and several different kinds of lettuce. This is a ridgeline romaine. Used to be sold by Johnny's, is not currently sold by Johnny's, but I don't know whether that's a temporary thing or a permanent thing. And all the rest of these are Salanovas. I'm going to plant some more of the Salanovas today. That'll be another part of the project. And you'll see that these little thingies here can be easily removed, and we can put more grow pots in there. This is our nursery area down here. We have, let's see, this is a New England pie pumpkin, and these are watermelons. Over here we have, let's see, an onion, one lonely candy onion, 2 beets, some cabbage, and those are all tomatoes that have been started from cuttings off of the regular tomatoes that you saw in the Dutch buckets. Let me come back over here to my cucumber forest. We have a stick bug in here. Now I said stick, not stink. And here he is. Oh, these are just so weird. I had a different kind in the house yesterday. So I can hold this. The fan is making this leaf wiggle. See if I can zoom in on him a little bit. They're such bizarre bugs. You can see why they call them a stick bug. They really do look like a stick. They're heavy-duty predators, the same way as praying mantis are. And I'm definitely going to leave him here. I'll let Henry know he's in here, and we'll just need to watch out for him because I don't want him to get squashed accidentally. There was one on the window yesterday in the house, a different variety. when I was opening and closing windows at the end of the day, and I was like, oh Lord, how do I get this guy picked up and out of here? Because I didn't want him in the house. I didn't want him to get squashed. I was afraid the cat would decide to play with him or something like that. That noise is Henry coming back from town. He's gone to go get a load of water.